Although the theaters and museums in the guidebook were not everyone's entertainment, the music from these halls did get into people's parlors.
Remember, there was no television, no radio, and people, their main entertainment was in the home. It was quite frequent that if someone went visiting with their sheet music under their arm, so that they could sing together. We have collections of sheet music of people dating from this period who, when they were teenagers, were buying the sheet music of people like Foster and George Root and others, and then at the time of marriage, binding them together. His music, her music, becoming their music. You'll see sometimes Schubert or Beethoven mingling with George Root and Stephen Foster. Because as I say, they made no distinction between the two at the time. If they liked a Beethoven song and thought they could sing it, they'd sing it. They made very little distinction at the time between what was and what wasn't a popular music.
Another part of the culture that was coming of age in the 19th century was baseball.
The history of baseball is complex, but by the 1860s, it's clear that a number of clubs in New York and in other cities recognized that if they wanted to win the championship of their area, they needed to pay players. To get the best players, they paid them under the table. In 1869, one club, the Cincinnati Red Stockings, decided that they would become an openly professional team to attract the best players in the country. They played a barnstorming tour around the country and popularized the game of baseball because they played it at such a high level. They helped to make baseball a national pastime. In 1871, a number of clubs got together to form what was called the National Association of Professional Baseball Players. The association included a club in Boston. This was a loose coalition, nothing like we think of current leagues. There was no clear delineation of number of games or championship play. In 1876, baseball changed fundamentally. A group got together in Chicago and formed the National League. It was deliberately set up with clear rules about market size, with clear fines for not playing out a schedule. So this was the first real league in all of American sports.
As the culture grows into its modern forms, the political landscape begins to change too.
In every respect, Boston was the stereotype of the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant culture. It started with Puritanism, and despite the various religious changes, it was still a strongly Protestant city with a very strongly Puritan population. These were the people who dominated the politics of Boston for many, many years. They alone would be the mayors of Boston, for example. And they also dominated the society and the culture of Boston.
What we see happening in Boston, too, are new forces, new immigrants bringing a new energy into the community and really being fiercely resisted by the Brahmins who hold the political power up to this point, but also the financial power. And after the 1880s and 90s, political power begins to pass to the Irish, but the financial power still remains tightly in the hands of the Protestant elite.
In the Kinetic Age, America will struggle with massive immigration, as Boston has already struggled for 2 generations. Boston challenges become America's challenges, shifting political realities and motley cultures melting into something new.